How many of you have heard the song Imagine? Who is it written by? Okay, how many of you know who John Lennon is? Okay, who doesn't know who John Lennon is? Okay, so this is what we're going to do. You're going to listen to the song, Imagine, and then in your groups, you're going to write a quick description. Is he type A or is he type C? And what is this song about? Okay? You got it? Okay, so everybody listen up. Let's listen to John Lennon. Okay, let's see who's a visionary in here. Okay, we'll go to the people who have had this class before last to see if there's a difference here. Okay. So where should we start? Who wants to pick it up here? Who feels really good about this song? Who's a John Lennon admirer? Yeah, I am. Oh, whoa, yeah.
So the song it presents a illogical hypothetical that is impossible. Well, I'm John Lennon. That's my.
Okay, so is John Lennon type A or type C?
Type C.
Okay, who agrees? Okay, who disagrees? Okay, let's hear rationale. Who disagrees?
So we were thinking maybe it sounds like he's almost observant in the sense that he recognizes that there's this imaginative utopia that could exist if all these problems were in the world. But he also says I may be a dreamer. He recognizes that it's not attainable, and that it's a hope that's not achievable in the sense that maybe he is being observant. He knows he can't change anything.
Okay. Okay, who else has another take on this? Type A, type C. Go ahead.
Going off of what he said, I think the reason why he's not type C from saying this world that can't be possible is because I think he knows it can't be possible. But also to strengthen why he's observant is I feel like an observant person would be able to take off the blinders of materialistic things and religion and observe what they actually do to us, where a non-observant person would just follow them blindly.
Wow, that's interesting. Wow, that's interesting. So you think he's type A?
Very. Yeah.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, let's go on. What is he saying in the song? Okay, what's going on here? Anybody? Anybody? Somebody take a crack, take a guess.
He's saying that, however unattainable, that there's a different way that our society could work. However, he understands that most people don't comprehend things the way he does, and then asks them to join him at the end.
Okay. Somebody else? Communism. Huh, that's a good one. Never thought of that one before. Okay.
No hunger, no religion. Everybody gets told what they're supposed to do.
Wow, this is interesting. Let's go back here to our good friend who comes into our office and wants to solve the world's problems. Okay, what's going on here? What's he saying?
We said that he's pretty much advocating for world peace
He's advocating for world peace?
in a way where like there's nothing wrong with the world, but like we said, he's type C because that's impossible. Because there'll always be type A and type C people, and there'll never be people.
Okay. You know, I kind of buy into what he's singing about for the simple reason. For the simple reason that I kind of think like this guy. Right? Oh, what happened?
I was going to pull up a quote.
He needs to get the quote. There's supposed to be a quote that you can show at the end of the song. Okay. It shows what's in John Lennon's mind. Oh, really? But you can continue with your discussion. Okay, so, you know, like he's saying, imagine there's no heaven. It's easy for you to try, no hell below us, etc., right? Okay, now look. If somebody told you that after you die, 50% of people go to heaven and 50% of people go to hell, would you believe in this idea? Is this a type A idea or type C idea? Type C, why?
It's ridiculous.
It doesn't make any sense, right? It doesn't make, because everything you see, everybody's to a certain what? Level, right? So where are you going to draw the line? Okay, you 50% go here, you 50% go there, right? Now, who would more likely use this idea? Somebody who's trying to control you or not control you? It's a lot of control here. Okay, so look, he's saying, imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try, no hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today, which they are living for today, right? Well, I'm kind of thinking, wow, this guy's like visionary. Would a type C person say this? I don't know. Okay, so let's go on. Imagine there's no countries. It's hard to do, nothing to kill or die for, no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Okay, now, if somebody wants to travel, are they type A or type C? Okay, no. If you want to travel, it's because you think it's exciting, right? And so you're going somewhere where you think you're going to see something what? New. When in actuality, what's like new? Nothing. Right? You're going to find people, you're going to find the same problems. The only thing you might find exciting is when you go see like a castle or something like that, right? And they're all rebuilt. Right. But think about this. He says, imagine there's no countries. So in essence, what kind of person would say, imagine there are no countries? Somebody who traveled all over the world and saw everything, or somebody who hasn't seen anything? Who says there are no countries? Somebody who's seen everything. Oh my goodness. This guy's actually like he's a genius. Right? Now, keep going here. You all read ahead of me. Can anybody see where I'm going? He then says, imagine no possessions, no need for greed or hunger, a brotherhood of man. What kind of guy says this? Somebody who has had everything or somebody who has had nothing? I kind of propose to you that the only reason John Lennon sees this is because he was what? He was wealthy. And he had everything. And there was nothing that he didn't have. And these people, do you think they care about having more possessions? Do you think they care about traveling someplace? Wow. He's talking about seeing things out of the eyes of someone who actually knows about everything. Can everybody do this? It wasn't meant for everybody. It was meant like what John Lennon sees. And what John Lennon sees is between his what? In his mind. And I propose that if we all were filthy rich, right, we could do anything we wanted to do. We had no constraints. I bet we would feel the same way. Because even if I'm not as wealthy as this man, I'm at an age where somebody came in and commented on my fashion. Okay? Now, what's my fashion like here? Yeah, it's comfortable, right? This pair of trousers is probably over 15 years old. 15. Hey. No. Hey, you're really red now. Okay. Do you care? Do you think I care about fashion? What do y'all think? Yeah, I go into my closet and said, okay, I got like 10 pairs of pants. All of them are between 10 and, no, maybe, I got two that I bought 5 years ago, but everything else, I mean, they go over 20 years. Right? And they look so much alike that I get mixed up myself. Right? Yes?
You're saying like people, because he's a man of wealth, he's able to see that, or because he's got, if someone gets older, they stop caring about fashion. But there are like proven historical peoples who directly contradict that, like leaders who, no matter how old they get, can never have enough power and wealth, or who are address gaudy till they die with scepters and big crap like that. So like that hasn't been the case throughout history.
They're type C. But people who realize that possessions mean nothing, everything else is like meaningless, that people are fighting over nothing, that everybody's acceptable. I think this is a real type A approach. Yes?
So you're saying that because John Lennon has like seen the world, he knows that like there's no country that he can imagine that he was correct, and that's why he's type A?
Well, I just think he is somebody who's looking out of the eyes of somebody who's very wealthy.
I guess my question is that like, let's say like you like were, I guess type C and wanted to travel the world, and once you like finished traveling the world, I guess now you have all this knowledge.
Yes.
Like I know like apparently you can't go from like type C to type A, right? But then like if you had all this knowledge,
You would actually be type A, which means you may like to travel when you're younger, but as you experience things that you will quickly understand. So you're actually a type A, but you're a type A in embryo. Does that make sense?
So you can change from type C to type A.
No, you can't.
Oh,
I'm saying that you are always type A.
even if you're type C.
No. Even though you might see things that people might mistake you as type C.
Oh,
But type C people are when they're old and they have money and they have all the time. What are their characteristics? Not happy. They're the people who cut in line. Like, do you know what a, what do they call these? Snowbirds? Do you know what a snowbird is? Okay, a snowbird, for those of you who don't know, are people who have like a home up north when it's cold, right? And during the winter, they come down south here, right? And they're called snowbirds. They have all the money all the time, but they have no what? Something else. Something else. They have no friends. Right? Because they're just like mean people. Because they realize all their life they wanted money and they want time, right? So all their life they're looking for this. Finally, after 40 years and they're retired, they find out what? It's not the secret to life. And when people find out that they passed their whole life through and didn't find what's important, right? What kind of feeling do they have? They feel like they've been what? Cheated. So now they're mean. And you can see these people all around, right? Like when I go to Hawaii, you know, Hawaii's so beautiful. I mean, there's no reason why not to have a smile on your face and be so happy. But every once in a while, you're walking one way on the sidewalk and somebody's coming the other way and they may have a dog, right? And they're not happy. And with the dog, they take up the whole sidewalk and they don't move. Because they're expecting what? You to move. Why are they expecting you to move? Because they're old and they got their dog and they deserve that you move. Because that's how life is. They think they own the world, but they're still not happy. Right? What's another example of this? If you're in a grocery store and you see a young mother and she's got like 3 kids in the cart and all the food and everything piled in there, and she's headed toward the checkout line, and all of a sudden you see like this older person who has like 2 things in his cart come running through and cut the mother off. Right? Why? Because they feel like they've been cheated in life. Totally type C. Right? I predict that as you all who are more type A and you've been educated and exposed to this, that you will really understand this as you go through your life. And you begin to see that value is not in possessions. Value is not in how many times you take a trip. Value is you're going to open your heart, you're going to begin to realize that it's helping and thinking about other people before you think of yourself that really brings happiness in life. That's type A. And when that happens, possessions have how much meaning? 0. Right? What else? All traveling and what people think is what life's all about, which costs a lot of money, really what? It's not meaningful. And that's why I propose that the only people who truly understand this is what kind of people? People who have everything. And they have everything, and they're type A. They're not abusive. Right? And a lot of these singers are geniuses. I mean, I can't believe it. Right? Now, somebody else may have a totally different take on this. That is why your opinion in this class is never wrong. Okay? Religion is simply a representation of how people are thinking. Yes? I'd go, wow, you're a pretty bitter person. I mean, why? Somebody has a religion. Why would you say they're wrong? Right?
That's what John Lennon's saying there. He's saying not without religion, but without the whole my God's bigger than your God thing. So he's not saying it's the whole competition between religion.
No, he's actually profound. Well, whenever I hear somebody say possessions really don't have any value, we shouldn't have any boundaries, no silos, immediately I'm thinking what? Somebody whose mind has expanded beyond any boundaries. Yes?
What do you mean, like, you're saying that no religion is wrong. What about, like, culture, things like that, where, like, people are just, like, I guess, controlling and following this culture?
Okay, who is more controlling, a observant person or a non-observant person? Okay, now, if we got rid of all the non-observant people, what would the observant people do? But because the event happens only one way, they're all part of the event, right? So which one is more important, the observant or the non-observant people? Yeah, that's why everyone's important. That's why everyone's right. That's why nothing's wrong. And if you had that approach, would you be more forgiving or less forgiving toward people? Yeah. Would you understand people more or less? If you understood other people more, would you understand yourself more? Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah, I had a little chat with some of the kids that I work on a regular basis with, and I told them, when somebody doesn't like somebody else, right? Like they have this, like, not hate list, but I do not like you list, right? Where these people are prioritized in the list, immediately you know that person is what? Type C. Everyone is who they are. If we have the capability to love anyone, then you have to accept everybody for who they are. Does that make sense? Okay? Any questions on this? Life of an expert. Why develop expertise, right? People want to be better at what they do. And we all go from a lower level to a higher level. And this is what we should do in our life, right? Something that we what? Love doing, right? That adds value, right? If you don't love doing it and it's not easy for you, don't do that. Trust me, don't do it. I don't care what your parents tell you. Like, not that I don't want you to listen to your parents, but try to do what you enjoy, right? And when your parents tell you, well, look, you're not listening to me, then you say, do you want me to be happy? You work so hard, right, so that I can be what? Happy. Right? So you need to let me be who I am because I need to be happy.